The opinions expressed in the following program are that of the host and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions of CWC Entertainment Group, LLC, its affiliates, or any employee thereof.
Breast cancer deaths are declining. Let's keep it that way. Schedule your annual screening mammogram during National Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October. Find easy-to-understand information at radiologyinfo.org. That's radiologyinfo.org.
Yeah. I might make a phone check. Canary Diamond. Welcome to the Vincent radio show. They do it big, y'all. Good music, laughs, and so much more. Hey, you can hear y'all.
Syndicated and award-winning and syndicated. This is the VTRS, Vince Tucker Radio Show. It's my man, Vincent Heartbreak Tucker.
Hello, who is it? His co-host, Myskenna.
Boy, the man, the phenomenon. It's your boy Yellostar.
You know what? It's always funny going from Keena to Yellowstar because Keena is always so hyped and so excited in Yellowstar. Hello, I'm Yellowstar, your boy, the phenomenon.
And then we go to the Barry White of the group.
Right.
Oh, you kick. What up? It's that young man.
Appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Hours after we had finished recording our last show, tragedy took place in the city of Las Vegas. So definitely our thoughts and prayers to everyone affected, families of the deceased, the families of the hurt ones themselves. And I actually kind of want to get into that in a what may have been a very selfish thought when this all thing rolled out. I definitely want to get into that. But before we get to all that good stuff, Keena, how's your week been?
My week has been supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'm just going to leave it there.
Well, I'm glad you had a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious week.
Said fast 3 times.
I'm good with the one. Yeah, you know, it's when you think about it, man, it's been a crazy month, right? Like we've had 3 hurricanes that have like devastated any land that they touched. We've had shootings, the earthquake, we had a threat of a tsunami. Yeah. Like there's all these things going on in the world, and Donald Trump is a president.
Better get your life.
And it hasn't even been 9 months yet.
Yeah.
Coincidence?
Right?
I think not.
Like I feel like it's signs of the apocalypse or something. But I need Jesus saves, okay? Let's get that straight. Jesus saves.
That's the Lord saying if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
That's amen. Amen.
Ramon, how's your week been?
My week has been it's been a recovery week. Recovering from my birthday week. That's how I know I'm getting older, because it's taking me a little bit longer to recover when I stay out all night and, you know what I'm saying, go hard. But you know,
wow.
Yeah, the turn up was real, but now I'm turning down, so my body can rest and heal from this.
Already.
How was your week, brother?
It was cool. You know, just I've been tired. I've been up late, up early.
Them late nights, early mornings.
Yes.
Marsha Ambrosius.
I really don't want to live that life. But shout out to Marsha Ambrosius. I know she's in the city.
Yeah.
Yellowstar and Remon will be entertaining her.
Oh, don't even know. All my life, I had to fight for this opportunity today.
And you gonna let Remon slide in?
Excuse me? That's fighting words. Remon is just there to do the recording.
Oh, he's had to hold the camera.
That's right.
Oh.
Hold up, I ain't with the threesome action.
No, we know if it's 2 dudes and a woman, it's not a threesome.
Yeah.
That's a train.
Yeah, it's a train.
Thank you. Eiffel Tower.
Y'all keep it locked to Syndicated and award-winning. This is the VTRS. Be right back.
I said I'm
What up, people? It's that young man Ramon, and it's time for this week's reality check. Now, today's reality check goes out for all you people out here putting your life on the clock. All right, now, 1 thing's for sure and 2 things for certain. In life, there's, those who fail to plan are planning to fail. All right, in life, you need a little direction to make sure you make it to your destination. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with trying to plan out your life. But be clear. everything in life happens in its own time. See, you may have enough foresight and enough vision to be able to predict where you're headed in life, but you can't plan actually when you're going to get there. Even if you do plan the events in your life, you have to understand that life operates in a different time zone than you do. You may plan to reach a destination at a certain time, but what happens when life throws a curveball at you and knocks you off track? What happens when life's GPS takes you on a detour from the track that you're going? I'm not talking about making appointments. I'm talking about your destination. Not only do I believe that everything in life that's supposed to happen will happen, but I believe that everything in life will happen when it's supposed to happen, not a second before. That's today's reality check. You can take that to the bank.
iHeartRadio does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations you can take anywhere. Want to listen to that station in Denver, but you're in Philly? No problem. In Atlanta and you miss LA? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist station. DJ Khaled, and this is iHeartRadio. Just type in the artist you love, and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you. With their biggest hits, all commercial free. Free radio and unlimited music all in one app. iHeartRadio.
Syndicated and award-winning, and Syndicated. This is the VTRS Vincent Radio Show. Vincent, Heartbreak, Tucker, Myskenna, Yellostar, and Remon. As we know, close to 60 people were killed. More than 500 people were hurt in the Las Vegas massacre, which is called the deadliest mass shooting in modern history. As we know, they were all at a country festival to celebrate birthdays, wedding anniversaries, share love and music. By now, we know all the names of the deceased victims. A list includes people from California to Massachusetts to even Canadians. They all range in ages between 20 to 67. They were mothers and fathers, sons and daughters, grandparents and grandchildren. They worked in hospitals. They worked in police stations, schools, daycares, restaurants, fishing boats. And while all this was unfolding on TV and media platforms everywhere, my first thought was, this is such a horrible crime and I'm sad this happened. And my second thought is I hope the shooter's not black. I know people are like, what difference does it make? Lives are lost. What does race have to do with anything? And you're right. Race shouldn't matter. I guess the way I looked at it is we know the shooter was white. He's a white man with no outward external connections. He's just a white man. But I just feel like if it was a man of color, they would have did some intensive reach or try to figure out some way to connect it to ISIS or to Black Lives Matter or anything for a breathtaking story. And I guess for that reason, that's why I was hoping the shooter wasn't white, because I didn't want to go through see all that extra stuff. So I want to know, am I wrong for saying I hope the shooter wasn't black?
I mean, I thought you were wrong when I initially heard you say that.
Right.
But I mean, you know, it does make sense what you're saying, because, you know, people will try to make those connections and turn it into, you know, like misrepresenting the Black Lives Matter movement, or, you know, maybe, you know, the new Black Panther Party or anything like that. Like, they'll take anything that he might have said one day or a place where he might have attended and, you know, turn it against that movement to promote their own agenda.
Right.
But, you know, that's the crazy part about this shooting is we still literally have no idea why that happened.
And to echo Yellowstar's point, after hearing your explanation for why you said that, again, I don't think you was wrong for that at all. I watched like a little bit of coverage after the initial shooting, like the day after it happened, but after that, like, I haven't been keeping up with it. But the little bit of coverage that I saw, it seemed like the media was trying to make it seem like this guy was a perfectly normal white man, just a regular old run-of-the-mill white man. Like, they didn't try to make it seem like he was connected to any terrorist group or anything like that. In their mind, they're like, okay, something made him snap. Like, he wouldn't have done this any other way. And, like, it is possible for this man to just be crazy.
Well, because his dad was on the FBI list, most wanted list, because he robbed a bank prior to, So that, you know, they were trying to say that, well, maybe, you know, depression and
they're trying to psychoanalyze him, make him seem like he was almost like a victim.
Because they brought up his brother's dirt too. I think his brother's wanted by the FBI for another incident. Yeah, this one thing about this is I feel bad about, like, surrounding family members, because they're all in your business, trying to dig everything up about you. But kind of go back to what Yellowstar was saying earlier. The Dallas police shooting that happened last July.
Right.
The police chief himself said that the shooter said, "I'm not aligned with Black Lives Matter." Yet all we heard on the media was them trying to tout as Black Lives Matter.
Right.
So it's like the chief who was on the scene, who was there, who was communicating with the alleged shooter, because I know people are debating about whether it was him or, whatever. That's another conversation.
Right.
But he said himself that the alleged shooter said, "I ain't got nothing to do with Black Lives Matter," and they still tried to spin that narrative.
Of course.
That's what the media does, is they create a narrative, you know what I mean, to, paint the picture that they want to paint.
Well, I don't even think that's the journalism side. I think that's the politics side of it.
Yeah. I mean, that's current media. That's the way current media works.
People, do not get sidetracked behind the propaganda behind everything that's going on, because some of the things that this man was able to accomplish, I mean, it's just like, come on now, like, no red flags. You're talking about being in a major casino and no red flags.
Right.
Like, nobody heard anything. Nobody thought something was suspicious. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
you see these different movies on how these guys go and they, like, rob these casinos, so they have to have top flight security. So you mean to tell me a one man can do everything that he did, take up all this different equipment, blow out a whole window, disarm fire alarms and different cameras, and nobody noticed?
Well, I mean, to be fair, Tupac got shot on the strip, and they still ain't solved that case.
Well, wait. To be fair, what?
Well,
so them people ain't paying attention.
Wow.
I mean, if nothing else, right? Like, how many guns is enough? Because is 20?
Right.
30?
Right.
40? 45? Or if he got to 50, then it would have been too many. Like,
that's a great question. I know, like, the week before the shooting, I was on social media making a comment about gun control, and people were like, "Oh, that's not important. We don't need to talk about that right now." The Donald Trump trolls hopped in my mention, and then 2 days after the shooting, I'm like, "Well, can we talk about gun control now?" And they're like, "Oh, it's too early. The guys just got shot." I'm like, "Well, when can we talk about gun control?"
Right.
Because y'all got excuses either way.
Well, yeah, and I lost any faith on GOP legislators doing anything after Sandy Hook, because I figured if they're not going to do anything to try to keep a bunch of kids from being shot,
right,
then I don't see that they're going to do anything at all.
Kind of lost hope for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So sad. According to a new study done by New America Foundation, white American men are now officially the biggest terror threat in the United States.
No, really?
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Really?
After a review of terror attacks done on U.S. grounds since September 11, 2001, the Washington-based research group found that a majority were works of radical anti-government groups or white supremacists.
It's another way to get that NRA stuff approved. And then especially when you have their leader in office that can make those changes.
Take me to your leader. Take me to the White House.
Propaganda.
Get
sidetracked, folks.
Our hearts and thoughts and prayers are definitely with those people. And, I mean, we've said it before, and we'll probably have to say it again. Let's do something. Let's do something this time. Let's not wait for somebody to get to 60, 70 people before we decide to do something about gun control in this country.
And Yellostar just mentioned the deceased number. He didn't mention the 500 that got
right.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's so much more that we could do that should be done, but let's at least do something. Let's show these people who lost family members and people that they loved that we care about them and that they matter. It's up to us to reach out to our legislators and not let the NRA and different interest groups control how we operate in this country. It's up to us. We are the people. We have the power to do that.
The good, the bad, and the ugly up next. The VTRS.
Now it's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Starting off today's good, the bad, and the ugly. Shout outs to LL Cool J for once again being nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Of course, he's been nominated a couple of times, so we're keeping our fingers crossed that 2018 will be his year. To be eligible for the nomination, an individual artist or band must have released their first commercial recording at least 25 years prior to the induction. So we are just kind of waiting and watching to see if he will actually get inducted this year.
LL Cool J is hard as hell.
Hey, and it's a quick honorary good story. Shout out to Barack and Michelle Obama for celebrating 25 years of marriage.
I love me some Michelle. Yep. Did Barack ever mess up?
Really? Really? You just gonna tell her meet you in that bronze dress?
You the worst kind of brother.
I know.
Let's hope they stay together.
I know how I want them to stay together.
Moving on to today's bad, Gabrielle Union has a new book, and this one is actually kind of sad. She's talking about her painful battle with infertility. She says she's had 8 or 9 miscarriages, and her new book is called We're Gonna Need More Wine. Of course, it's weird because on her show, Being Mary Jane, they kind of talk about and deal with some of the issues of infertility and IV. I guess I didn't put 2 and 2 together that she was truly going through that herself. She was saying in an interview with People that she never really wanted kids until she became a stepmom. She doesn't see any other place that she'd rather be. She was also saying she kind of crossed some insecurities because, of course, in vitro fertilization, it makes your body weight go up and down, just some of the processes. So she was kind of having some issues because, of course, she's in the limelight and you're always subjected to some kind of judgment. So,
especially as a woman.
Exactly. But they said they haven't given up. They are still going to continue to try because her and Dwayne know that they'll have the child that they've always dreamed of.
9 miscarriages. I'm assuming it's between this marriage and our previous marriage. That's, wow.
That's a lot.
That is.
Her psyche,
you got to be strong to deal with that.
Wow.
You do, because I know a few women that has gone through in vitro, and the amount of hormones that they put inside of you in order to get your body ready is typically 3 to 4 times because they want to make sure that you have more eggs than enough.
Overproduce.
Yes. So, and that's why you always usually see multiple births with in vitro because they really pump you. So when you have that much extra hormones in you, it takes a lot out of you. So
I know 2 couples who are trying to get through 1 miscarriage. I couldn't imagine someone trying to get through 8 or 9. That is
exactly, and then still willing to be in it,
right?
Especially with the active lifestyle that they have. So we keep them in our prayers. And rounding out today's good, the bad, the ugly.
Okay.
You really thinking on it?
Because this one kind of made me laugh, so I'm just getting my own out of this. So now Suge Knight's latest antics is that he's scared for his life because he feels like Dr. Dre is going to kill him.
Dr. Dre's not thinking about him.
In a new report, Suge Knight says that he had a visit from a private investigator that hipped him that said that that Dr. Dre put down a $20,000 down payment on what is alleged, obviously, to kill him in jail.
Is Dr. Dre not hip-hop's first billionaire? Why would he waste time spending pocket change on a deposit to try to get you? He's not thinking about Suge Knight.
Because, first of all, $20,000 is not enough.
That's the down payment.
It's still not enough.
It's not enough. Like, if you're doing a contract killing, I mean, maybe them hood prices. I don't know, but
but the whole world knows you're hip hop's first billionaire. I need more than 20,000.
So if that's the down payment, they usually say half now and half later. It's not like 10% down.
How do you know so much about this?
I mean, it's the street rules.
Television.
Or
that too.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm blaming it on TV.
We ignore my street rules comment there.
Yeah. Trying to keep you out of trouble. But I don't know. I just think, like Vincent said, he's not on his radar.
I just honestly believe that if Dr. Dre wanted to kill Suge Knight, he would have done it long before 2017.
Maybe he should send Ghost.
From Power?
Wow.
Okay, but a bump epic fail. That's your girl, Myskenna.
You got to be honest with yourself, people.
Yeah, she got a kick out of that joke.
She did. Oh, really did.
That's your girl, Myskenna, with today's Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
What up, people? It's that young man Remon, and it's time for today's reality check. Now, today's reality check goes out to people putting their life on the clock. All right, now, one thing's for sure, two things for certain. In life, those who fail to plan are planning to fail. In life, you need a little direction if you ever plan on reaching your destination. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with trying to plan out your life. But be clear, everything in life happens in its own time. See, you may have enough foresight and enough vision to be able to predict what's ahead for you in life, but you can't plan when it's actually going to happen and when you're actually going to get there. Even if you do plan out the events in your life, you have to understand that life operates in a different time zone than you do. You may plan for something to happen by the time you reach 30 or by the time you reach 35. I need this to happen or I need that to happen. But life works on a different clock. What happens if life's GPS takes you on a detour? I'm not talking about making appointments. I'm talking about your destination. Not only do I believe that everything is supposed to happen in life will happen, but I also believe that everything in life that happens in its own time. It happens when it's supposed to and not a second before. That's today's reality check. You can take that to the bank.
Ain't nobody got time for that. So check this out.
This is your boy Yellostar. Welcome to This Week in Stupid.
Okay.
You know, it's always interesting to me whenever I find articles and stuff that's going on in the world. So, a Dutch wedding photographer shot a wedding album, and the couple wanted to do something different, you know. So, Mikkel Klooster said the couple got married August 17th in the Netherlands, but they decided to add some spice to their wedding. So one of the pictures is them like in an old maroon pickup truck, but you can see both of their legs like sticking out of the truck, so it kind of looks like they're having sex in the wedding photo. And then they took one other picture, and I don't know how I feel about this. It's like this very nicely like colorful picture. There's like two trees. It's a very green around them, but the wife is squatting down in front of the husband with his pants down and looks like she's giving him a blowjob.
And this is a wedding photo.
These are wedding photos. She has on her wedding dress. He has on his wedding suit.
So there's one picture simulating sex.
With both of their legs sticking out of a truck. Yeah.
And another picture is simulating oral sex.
Right.
Okay.
And apparently they took more pictures. The couple said to the photographer, you can't release these, but you can show people these two pictures. Now, you can't see the people's faces in the pictures, so unless you know the couple themselves or unless you attended the wedding, you have no idea who these people are. But here's the kicker. You see this couple, they take this picture, right? How about the bride's mother suggested the photos?
Whoa.
Right. Like, that's one of those things I was like, wait, how? The bride's mother suggested that they take those photos.
And how old is the mother?
You are questioning that, right? Because I mean, it doesn't say anything about who the mom is or anything, but.
Well, I mean, my next question was, what she look like?
Right.
Trying to see if she can get that work.
Yeah.
I want to know what that mouth do.
I was saying, what their mouth do though?
Right? What you taught your daughter, girl? Won't you come over here?
I'm saying, if the mama that freaky, you have to pass something down to the daughter.
Maybe she used to have a career in that. Kina, you don't have nothing to say about this? What?
Kina don't want no part of this.
Okay. Anyway, that's This Week in Stupid. That's your boy Yellostar. We out here.
iHeartRadio does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations you can take anywhere. Want to listen to that station in Denver, but you're in Philly? No problem. In Atlanta and you miss LA? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist station. DJ Khaled, and this is iHeartRadio. Just type in the artists you love, and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you. With their biggest hits, all commercial free. Free radio and unlimited music all in one app. iHeartRadio.
Welcome back to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. It's time for He Say, She Say. Fellas, I got a good question from the ladies. They wanted to know, from a male's point of view, what's the difference between dating and courting?
Courting is more of a process. Like, I think courting is like, once you're done dating and I decided on you, now I have to court you. And I know people will disagree with this, but like, I've always felt like dating is not, I'm not dating one person. Like, I'm dating to see who I want to date.
Right.
By themselves.
Right.
Like, so
that deserves an applause. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's just how I've always looked at it.
Dating is an elimination process.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, so I'm going to take a pool of young ladies, and then from there I'm going to whittle them down, you know, bachelor style, and then get to the one that, you know, I get the
like
final rose.
Like you make it to another week. You make it
right,
to another week.
Right.
Hand them the
Congratulations.
rose.
And you are the American Idol.
You made it to another week because I'm still texting you.
The way I've always understood courting was that courting is more like the things that you do to gain favor with whoever it is that you're pursuing. So it's kind of the things that you do leading up to when you start dating, I guess.
Oh, so you're saying it's pre-dating.
Yeah, it's like the little things that you do, like back in the day, they used to send like roses and, you know, stuff like that. And that's to, you know, to build up favor and build up cool points when you start dating a woman. So that's the way I've always understood it. I may be wrong.
So is that like sliding in your DMs?
Right.
Well,
Today's day,
That's kind of what it is.
That would be the equivalent.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And making a woman your Women Crush Wednesday and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Like,
right.
That's the equivalent.
You got to let people know this is what I'm about.
Right.
I'm definitely shooting my shot when I do my Wednesday Crush Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Can you think about like 10 years from now and like, Mommy, Daddy, how'd y'all meet? I slid in her DMs.
They gonna look at you and be like, Daddy, what's a DM?
It was this one picture that I saw. I liked that picture so much.
It was in the bathroom.
I even commented on the picture.
She had her butt perked up on the sink.
Mm-hmm.
wait a minute.
And I knew she was the one. And I
That's
slid
the
in her
conversation
DMs.
y'all would have with your sons and not your daughter.
I knew she was the one.
I mean, it just depends, because I know some women who will be like, girl, if you want to take this photo, here's how you need to take this photo.
Facts.
Vincent, what's your take on it?
They both said it perfectly. Dating is an elimination process, and courting is, you know, we're serious and leading to something.
So if a guy, so I'm, you know, playing devil's advocate. So if a guy says, this is the girl that I'm dating, 9 times out of 10, a woman in the back of her mind should suspect that there are other women. But if he says that I'm courting you,
Okay.
is that more where the commitment comes from? Like, okay, we're courting.
And Yellostar said that, first of all, men ain't walking around saying, I'm courting. Like, this, that's a very ancient term, man.
I don't necessarily hear a lot of men say I'm dating.
Yeah.
Like, I'm dating
Kicking
this
it.
person.
Kicking it. We hanging out.
Talking. Talking.
Person I'm dealing with.
Right.
This is the person who I'm taking.
So the person that you just talking to is the person that you dating, and then when you are, you know what, hey fellas, this is my girlfriend such and such, now y'all are courting. So it's not necessarily said, but it's like the unspoken rules.
This is another reason why there shouldn't be nothing unspoken. Y'all need to have a conversation about where y'all at.
Yeah.
And there needs to be consent.
Not between the two of you, but I'm saying
When
to
you're-
the world.
Right, when you're defining
when you're presenting your girl to somebody.
The term courting back in the day was like you're trying to gain favor with like the father and the mother and the court that exists there so that you can become a part of that court. Right. So it's like kind of what Remon said actually makes more sense, is that it really means sort of before we actually like start spending time together and like doing stuff one-on-one, it's like I'm trying to gain favor with the house so that I can be a part of you, but you don't have to do that as much anymore. So I mean, I don't know. I've always thought of it as courting is like, these are the things that I got to do to kind of keep you around, you know, but I think what Remon said actually makes more sense.
But within dating and courting, the understanding is already understood between the person that you're either dating or courting, right? But when you, for a woman to understand, if a guy is saying, okay, I am courting, or if I'm dating, these are what the expectations are for the woman.
I feel like until we have the conversation about exclusivity, you should not assume that we're exclusive. Right. That I'm just dating you.
It takes the conversation and consent from both sides.
Right.
If we're just, dating or talking, like, I'm not gonna be mad at you for like talking to somebody. Like if a guy comes up to you and tries to holler, like, I'm not gonna be mad. It's on me to keep you more interested in me than him. So.
Gotcha. Just to make sure. So within the still single phase, you're dating, and then once you make that commitment, now y'all are courting.
No.
Oh.
Well, that's the way that I looked at it before Remon spoke.
I honestly think that, again, it's kind of like the other way around. Like, it's like courting, and then the next step up, you're dating, and then the next step up, you're in a relationship. So it's to me, courting is the initial stage.
What you're saying is there's levels to this shit.
It's levels to this.
Shush.
There's levels to this. Now, I mean, and again, courting is the initial stage, and it's the initial level, and then you're dating, and then relationship, and then hopefully you work your way up to marriage.
Well,
get past that 3 a.m. status.
Right.
Are you leaving at 3? Or are you coming at 3?
Yes. So courting would now, I guess, would be that what you doing text.
You up?
You up?
All right. Well, we want to hear from you.
Ladies, it's a complex answer.
Dating versus courting.
Or that good morning text. You say, have a nice day, beautiful. All that. Yeah, that's courting.
Gotcha.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at that point, he's weeding it out. And
trying to see who's going to stick around.
Right.
Gotcha. And then once you make it past that stage, then you date.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so when you stop getting those good mornings and when you stop getting out what you're doing, you're no longer even in the runnings, right?
Fellas, if you text a girl good morning, beautiful, and she just says, oh, thank you, you're in the friend zone. Just
welcome to the friend zone.
I'm sorry, I know that answer your question.
That's right. I was going to say, you did a great job of not answering her question at all.
But I just wanted to say that part. I'm sorry.
I always think about, like, when I think about the friend zone, I always hear the Twilight Zone music playing in the background. It's like you're in the sunken place.
Y'all are a mess. Your girl, Myskenna, wrapping up today's He Say, She Say.
You're listening to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show.
Take a trip down memory lane. Let's go back to 2012 when former Penn State football coach Jerry Sandusky was found guilty on 45 counts of sexually abusing young boys. It was a scandal that rocked the sports world and led to what many of us agreed was the best parody song and is the best parody song in VTRS history, the Jerry Sandusky song. Well, his son Jeffrey Sandusky just pled guilty to 14 counts of child sexual abuse against him. So in this upcoming throwback clip, in recognition of such a horrible father and son combination, it was only right that we bring back the best parody song in VTRS history, performed by our former castmate Seville Rhines. Here is the hilarious Jerry Sandusky song. Here is the VTRS throwback clip.
Bring it back, Mr. Heartbreak.
Now, it take a crazy dude to do a song like this. I'm a little weird and crazy at the same time. Dangerous combination. Jerry Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky. He about to get the kids. Who? Jerry Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky. Do I hear slapping butts? What? Jerry Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky. Oh, I hear shower water run. Jerry Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky, Jerry Sandusky. Somebody call the cops. Jerry stole my manhood, told me keep my mouth quiet. Boy, we playing Robin Hood, told me where he wanted me. My hands around my ankles. What's that, Mr. Jerry? Call you Mr. Dangle. Dangle, you punk, you creep. Calling you to tickle monster. Shouts out to the dude who saw you and didn't even try to wanna punish you with my butt. You see me on TV. Better back up. I know Patrono. All I got is my bird and my word. Now the dude is gone, clean me up and make me dirty in the shower. Man, you rude, Freddy Krueger. I tried to told you he wanted my. Hey man, hold on. Stop.
Wow. Oh my God.
But
he wanted my hold up.
Oh my God.
But at the same time, I didn't just want to get his side of the story.
There's more to this?
I wanted to get Jerry's side. So I did an interview with Jerry, and this is what Jerry told me.
The guy with 46 counts.
This is what
32 years, potentially.
This is what he told me. So Jerry, I just need to know. You got some charges against you, man. Just tell me exactly what were you doing? I would clothes, I would booty at the same damn time. Coaching kids, touching kids at the same damn time. Selling butt, selling kids at the same damn time. Touching two bad booties at the same damn time. 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 I'm in Ben, I'm in Mark at the same damn time. At the same damn time. At the same damn time. Name is Jerry, I'm a freak. Love to play that hot and sweet. Sang within my face, and boy, you know that I'ma come and beat. I'm guilty, I'm not innocent. They gon' take me to prison, man. Busted down Lil Benjamin, then took him to Chili's, man. That's the way I'm hitting it. Your boy, he sit on top of me. Puerto Rican don't discriminate, I like it in the sheets. Yeah, boy, on top of me. Learning all his ABCs. Born on Netflix, setting out the whole scene. Blow the whistle siren, then he joined the tickle team. Boys club, no girls club. In the shower, fresh and clean. Tears on my shirt, handling it, doing work. Lil Timmy on my team, horror scene, living the dream. Jerry coming with the spike, drop you off at night. Grab a pillow, hold it tight. At the same damn time. I was smart at the same damn time. I was coach, I was big at the same damn time. I like tight ends, I like back at the same damn time. At the same damn time. At the same damn time. I like back tight ends at the same damn time. I kid in the kids at the same damn time. At the same damn time. At the same damn time. What? Oh!
Let's go to
he raped them kids!
I'm sorry.
He raped them kids! That's not right.
This is the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. Vincent Tucker Radio Show.
Appreciate y'all rocking with us. Reminder, the VTRS is nominated for 3 FBRN.us awards at the FBRN Internet Radio Host Awards. Please visit fbrn.us/vote-now to go ahead and submit your votes for the good guys as we continue to try to increase our award count.
As well as you go to cosign and vote for Vincent Tucker in the On-Air Personality Award.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, cosignmag.com/cosign awards.
Yeah.
Not that I'm keeping up, but
I mean, we just want to make sure
says
we point them in the right direction.
He says as he gives all the information about it.
right. The direct URL.
And tell them who else is in that category with you.
Definitely, it's a very other prominent Dallas TV and radio personalities. I know if you don't live here, you don't really care. But it's some other top names in that list,
like people that's changing the game.
Right.
Everybody.
Right.
On the list.
So it's only right that Vincent Tucker is included in that category.
This is what I'm saying.
Definitely honored. I'm not gonna. I know we bored y'all with names last week. I know some of y'all are like, we don't know these people. I'm like, you're right. Sorry.
But you should definitely keep checking us out.
Right, definitely. Stay with the good guys. iHeartRadio, damn it. Act like you know.
Hey.
Final shout-outs, comments, starting with Keena.
Shout-outs to Celeste and Deja. I am so proud of y'all. First 6 weeks straight A's.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Y'all better keep it up. It's one thing to achieve it, and it's another thing to maintain it. So good job, ladies. Also good job on y'all's games this week. Shout outs to everyone that's going to stop by Tiki's today, 1626 Morrell Avenue, Dallas, Texas, 75203. Shout outs to my daddy, ATD, for always holding it down. Thank you to each and every one of you all for listening each and every week. Charity E, we miss you, Sable. Thanks for the throwback clip. This your girl, Myskenna.
Shout out to the fam. my family's still dealing with everything, going on back home. And
Hurricane Harvey?
Yeah, I haven't been back yet, but I will most likely be back there soon to do things and help. So, it's still a lot of work. Still keep the donations coming. I know there's a lot going on in the world, but there are still people out there that need you. People in Puerto Rico, people, dealing with Irma. Like, there's so much that's been going on. So, just keep your eyes open and keep your hearts open. Support Yellostar.
Just want to shout out to everybody that's been tuning into the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. We greatly appreciate y'all. Thank you for all the support, all the love. Real quick, some birthday shout outs. Shout out to my homie Logic. Shout out to Lena. Shout out to Vanessa, and shout out to Charity E. It's Libra season, baby. I'm celebrating all Libra season, baby. It's that young man Remon. I'm up out of here. Peace and many blessings.
For the crew, it's Vincent Heartbreak Tucker. See y'all on the other side. You know what? I'm going to pick another phrase. I realized how depressing that sounded. I thought about it. Y'all pointed that out last week. I'm not saying we're dying. I'm just saying we'll see you on the other. You know what? Let me turn it off. See y'all next episode.
Sounds like see you at the crossroads. Sounds so grim.
VTRS online. Goodbye. iHeartRadio.com. It feels good to say that.
Upper room.
In this madness, please.
Okay.
Stay
Bye.
on, listeners. Wow.
Columbine. Virginia Tech.
Tucson.
Aurora.
Fort Hood. Oak Creek.
Newtown.
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 How many more?
How many more? How many more colleges? How many more classrooms?
How many more movie theaters?
How many more houses of faith?
How many more shopping malls?
How many more street corners?
How many more?
How many more?
Enough.
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 Demand a plan.
Right now. As a mom.
As a dad. As a friend. As a husband.
As a wife.
As an American.
As an American.
As an American.
As a human being.
For the children of Sandy Hook.
Demand a plan. No more lists of names. It's not too soon.
It's too late.
Now is the time.
Before we all know someone who loved someone on that list.
No more lists.
No more.
Who they might have been. No more.
If we had just done something yesterday. It's time.
We can do better than this.
We can do better than this.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time for our leaders to act.
Demand a plan. Right now.
Right now.
You! Demand it!
Enough.
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 This episode of the Vincent Tucker Radio Show is produced by Aaron Channel. Executively produced by Aaron Channel, Arkina Dansberg, and Vincent Heartbreak Tucker. The VTRS is a CWC Entertainment Group, LLC production.